Hello and welcome back to Avatar Plays Crusader Kings 2 After the End. We are one person away from forging our bloodline. One executed or murdered person away. We don't have anybody in our prisons. We can't imprison anybody. All the people that we can see dead are basically relatives. And we might want to consider that, hey, getting the Kinslayer trait kind of sucks, but we're almost dead. So what if we found the person most hated of our family? Wait, this person isn't in our family. Raimi Garces is very vulnerable and not in our family. I was going to say everybody is not fair game. But while we're doing that, we're going to murder him. And we're going to forge our bloodline. And we're going to also fight this army just for the sake of it. Just to thrash it around, get it out of here. And then we're going to raid Jacmel, take the other half of our army, and move it to Latibonite. And we're going to raid these lands. Raimi shall die, hopefully. And that shall be the end of our bloodline forging. More or less. A little addendum. More or less. I don't know if we get the bonus. Okay, that's... I resolve to be a better man. Okay, yes. We've murdered 30 people. In order to complete this ambition, you need to perform one of the following tasks. Murder or execute 30 people. Win 15 foreign wars. Rule at peace for 30 years. Maybe we need to die. That doesn't make sense. Is forging a bloodline broken? Because I did murder or execute 30 people. Hold on a minute, what is this? Yet another victim has fallen to my murderous whims. As I look down at the corpse on the floor, I realize that I have managed to stack quite a considerable body count by now. Soon enough, one of my guards brings me back to the matters at hand, asking me what should be done with the remains. I could get cruel, put it somewhere I can see it. I will be known as Ironheart. Or I could make it disappear and get the Pale Spider. Becomes known as the founder of a bloodline, giving the following effects. Arrest chance, plus 10. Vassal opinion, minus 6 overall. Or I can do stuff with the Macabre Banquet. The Macabre Banquet, my bad. Mentally, I think Macabre. Macabre Banquet is basically gathering all the corpses and propping it into a display, I guess. I might get lunatic for it. People will hate us. We get good plot power defense. Or the Pale Spider, we can get obfuscation. Can restore reputation through obfuscation, which means if we murder somebody, or if we have a bad reputation, we can obfuscate it. I will be known as the Pale Spider. Arrest chance does sound good. Maybe. It's about whether or not you hide evidence or not. Let's do the Macabre Banquet. I have a bloodline now. Vile blood of Commodore Edward. The bloodline is active. It's patrilineal inheritance, matrilineal transfer. Can add executed prisoners to the Macabre Banquet. I guess that's it. Okay. Nothing more to it, I guess. Pick an ambition. I could see become the king of Hispaniola. I could see the realm prospering. Groom an heir. That seems a little unnecessary. I have a son? I thought I had a grandson. I have an infirm, sickly grandson. He will not survive. I don't see that happening. It's not likely to happen, but we could become King of Hispaniola if we try really hard. Also, I wasn't paying attention and we're under attack, so I need to make haste and fix this problem. Now, back to work. Getting money. They tried to get me. They almost got me, but I got them back. Dus Javier of Caroni has peacefully agreed to become tributary state of the August Empire. Well, that's it, isn't it? Let's see, what's the Empire doing now? Still like this. Tributary states. Diplomatic relations. They're at war with them. Okay. Okay. What is the diplomatic status here? You used to be able to see tributaries on the map, but now I don't see them. So maybe they are less clear. Voodoo. 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 Does my son have the bloodline of Commodore Edward? Does my grandson have the bloodline? He does. Excellent. The corpses of Commodore Edward's enemies, embalmed by vile alchemy, still adorn his court, an immortal testament to his cruelty. Excellent. We've done it. That's an achievement all its own right. And we will revel in it. And I feel like Commodore Edward Ironheart can perish now. In peace. From gout and infirmity. Commodore Edward Ironheart. He is named Ironheart. But of all his traits, he is more known as he's an infirm wretch, to be true. An infirm wretch who will likely... I guess we didn't need to move this army. He's kind of a villain. He's an infirm wretch who is powerful and commands devastating armies. Not devastating, but, you know, raid hordes. And people kind of fear him, I guess. I don't know how much people fear him. The vassals hate him. The opinion is low. -6, at least. Because of that bloodline we now have. So it really seems like we're playing a villain, a super villain. Not a super villain, just a bad guy. Super villains and just bad guys are not exactly the same. I wanted to point that out. We're not building a fort. Get out of here. We could just build a hospital. Spend the cash there. Do we have a hospital here? No, we don't. Just build hospitals with some low-level stuff. Seek treatment for illness before I perish. As long as you know what you're doing, I feel better. Excellent. And this army is constantly being assaulted by the Emperor, Empress here. We will stop this. They say, stop that. You're making this difficult. I'm trying to get money here. And my purser has been hard at work, increasing infrastructure and motivating local people harder than ever. Whatever that means. Stop looting my stuff. I know it's a little hypocritical, but like... yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. 230 loot somehow. Is it my loot? Is that my voice? Is that my voice? Let's see. Have we finished building something in Cayona? No, we haven't. La Romana, you are up for building a shipyard. Port-au-Prince, you are up for building a barracks. And San Juan de la something or other. We don't have enough money to build either a keep or a machitero training ground. Yet. That was not enough money at all. That was 9. You had 10 gold there? And we, for some reason, have failed to siege down Jacmel at all this entire time because we have to keep defending. And this army is kind of dwindled in numbers. It's kind of sad to think about, really, about how this army, which used to be 5,000, over time, the people who have served in this army have perished down to the veterans who are 2,000 soldiers. And the rest of the soldiers are now ready to reinforce them, and they will... Oh, hello. Let's skedaddle. How about that? We failed. We can no longer loot them. This is what we get for not replenishing our army. So it looks like we're going to have to go to Mexico, South America, Florida, wherever the money is. Wherever the close money is, I'd say. Apparently, a hospital in Benefactor needs an upgraded sick house. Or we could build a keep. Kiona is ready to build something. We just don't have the money now because of reasons. And we have 5,000 of our max 10,000 soldiers available, which is sad because we want more. So we'll just have to like wait a bit. I think we're going to have to spend this a little bit more in peacetime. So I just accidentally stopped recording at the exact same time that I died. And so it must have been kind of spooky. That's weird. And I'm going to play as Edward Sparrow next because I'm currently Commodore Winfred, who is my grandson, who was my old grandson, but now I will play as my uncle if I die. That's interesting. Your new regent. Okay. That's interesting. Let me double check here something real quick. Whooey. Man, oh man. I died so fast. Even though I lived a long time. Long enough as that character. It scared me. And I don't even know how long I was going in that episode before I accidentally stopped recording. Ah! I am an absolute disaster right now. I have to apologize. I'm just being spooked. I'm at peace for too long. I'm being scared left and right. I'm just going to actually see how long this video is real quick. Hello. And that was my voice again, yes. That was 11 minutes, huh? All right, yeah, I can work with that. Now to just make sure I'm keeping the timing good. Also, I have a lot of cash worth spending. So, let's spend. I mean, you could say, hey, build a great work. You could build a great work. And I'm like, I don't want to build a great work. I want to build up still. I'm not done building up. Does this mean I can raid again? Because it was the previous person who lost. Does that mean that I can't raid anymore? I can have 1,600 soldiers. 16,000 soldiers, my bad. A max of that. I just have to wait for them to regrow. Of course we're setting focus here in Tortuga. It's just what we do. We could go into hiding. Why? Are we paranoid? Are we in trouble? My sister is trying to kill me. I'm going to have to ask you to stop. How about I pay you $15 to frig off? Base reluctance. Guess what? I'm going to invite you to my court, and then I'm going to imprison you. Okay? You understand? Like this. But there's a council whose will is weird. What the heck? There's an empty seat on the council. Because we don't have a council. The will of the council is in my favor. What are you talking about? Do I not have an advisor? Needs to be approved by my regent. Who's my regent? Now I'm gonna get killed because my... Okay, no, I can end the plot. Okay. No, safety of my people always comes first. Whoops. Hey. Where are we not building things? Barahona. There's nothing to build in Barahona. Santo Domingo. This is the current capital, yes. Making sure it is the current capital, because if it wasn't the current capital, we would be a little bit in a pickle. Baracoa. We can't build anything in Baracoa. Kiona. Now we can build something in Kiona. Pirate Port level 4. That's maxing out the Pirate Port thing. Or we could go Stables level 4. Out of 6. Let's do Pirate Port. Build a level 1 hospital here. Let's upgrade the hospital here. So it has a sick house level 1. Sick house, man. Sick house is here as well. Scheming is misdirected. Yes, it was. It totally was. All these places have leper colonies, but no soup kitchens. Should we consider upgrading them? I don't know. Let's look at the tech first. We might be able to upgrade something. No, we don't. I'm going to be uncouth. Books do not judge appearances. Okay. We've got cash to spread around. Soup kitchen. Soup kitchen. Ooh. I'll not think about that for a while. Can't build soup kitchens there. Can't build anything there yet. So we'll have to wait. Barahona. I'm not building a fort. That's dumb. That would be a foolish decision. I think it would be a foolish decision. I wake up in the middle of the night, my heart racing and my whole body is feeling strange. What was I really dreaming about? Could be my sister that wanted to murder me. Or the farmer boy I met earlier. I could be gay. I should just try to get some sleep. You know, there's one thing we've been neglecting to mention here, is that we've got some retinues we could be building. And in honesty, I'm not sure what retinues to build. It could be a mix of cavalry and pikemen. That might be nice. This is a Machitero retinue with the combat bonus. Light skirmish retinue is not the same, but Machitero retinues are sort of strong. If we do shock retinues, defense retinues, cavalry. If we do cavalry and defense, maybe we just make an all-around balanced retinue set. You know, because an all-around balanced army would be good defense. Good, like, a good defense against bad situations. Like, if we put all our eggs in one basket here, it's not like we're likely to win. If we had a special units where we were making, say, maybe more horse archers or elephants or something. I don't think anybody in this game has elephants. Maybe the Hindu can build elephants. The Hindu religion culture people. I don't know if they can build elements or not. Elephants or not. It's kind of complicated. So we could spend a whole bunch of cash on retinues. And it costs a lot of money to build and maintain, but that would make our standing army functionally a standing army. And so I just hired the first 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I could do 5 and then 6. And there'd still be a lot of, there would still be a lot of, Where did this money come from just now? Oh, I just reached the limit is what I did. I thought it was like a money problem. It's not a money problem. It's just the retinue limit is low for some reason because we have only this much land. If we had more land, more training grounds, higher organization tech, despite the fact that it is pretty high, we would be able to have larger retinues. But right now we've got a large basic retinue to grow up to about 1,000 soldiers. It's an extra 1,000 soldiers that I can use to defend things or attack things as necessary. So I'm comfortable with that. How's the economy? How's epidemics? Hospital level 2, whatever. Yeah, hospital level 2 is alright. We're getting ready to build a hospital level 3, which provides 31% resistance to disease currently. But now, is because of the booming and the heavy rain, the heavy rain's what's doing it. We have a total disease resistance of -4. If there wasn't heavy rain, we'd have higher disease resistance. And so it seems like the disease resistance in these territories is totally at the will of the weather in some cases. Which is why if we want to defend ourselves against diseases better, we got to invest into hospitals all over the place. Anything to slow the spread of disease, one, because yes, hospitals slow the spread of disease, most diseases. Usually the Black Death is a bit tougher to defend against. But if we're able to do it, we can stop the spread of diseases or at least inhibit the population loss of the diseases as much as we can. So here we'd just get a whole another flat 10% and the hospital level would go up. Soup kitchen +4. But here we have, and I feel like we have an obligation to spend that much money. Does that make sense? Sorry, you can't answer that question because time travel is difficult. We've been at peace for too long. This is true, and we're losing prestige. And look, our score is 54,000. I'm not sure if that's special or not. But now we have 11,000 troops raised. We are very strong. Let's see how we're doing in all these places. Very nice, very nice. Can we raid? May we raid is the polite way of saying it. And basically, it's going to be more expensive to use our retinues because they'll have to be expended. Not expended, but the expenses will have to be covered for their replenishment and reinforcement. So we could say group all these up and then split off the retinues, which are 294. They can go over here to La Romana. And I am no longer a regent. I no longer have a regent. I get the content. That's not good. It's not great. We have a lot of land. Who threatens us? Nobody threatens us. We have no vassals, except for the lower level vassals. There is a Haitian revolt of a barony. That's interesting. It's a weird revolt. Not something I can interfere with as much as I wanted to. Let's build a war chest. We're looking to build a war chest, so let's build one. It wouldn't be bad because we're still just a duchy. And we only need 500 to build a war chest. And now we're getting raided. This is not abnormal. And so we just ignore the fact that these guys are going to sit up and grow to 1,000 troops as a standing army, just to keep things a little safe. And you can acknowledge that I am very strong now and have 16,000 troops, potentially. I have 12,000 troops now, 16,000 to be. Let's see if we can actually raid these lands. Because if we can't, actually, both of these armies go here. We can't raid. Sad. Sad face. But now we need boats that can carry that many people. I'm clicking on the wrong thing. We're gonna... Oh man, that's just short. We could raid more than 2 territories at a time now. We could raid 3 territories at a time with this. With this army. We could maybe even 4 with these numbers, the way we used to raid. We could devastate entire coastlines. So we just have to decide which coastline to devastate. Let's devastate Mobile, because they don't look particularly strong. Even if they are, the Russians are coming. They already came, technically. But maybe they disappeared. Maybe they lost. They were destroyed? I don't know. The Northwest is looking more colorful now. Lincoln has been shifted an entire area over. They're supposed to be like right here, and now they're over here. Also, Idaho, the Kingdom of Idaho got shrunk in this patch. It saddens me. I think it did, at least. It might have been that it became Lincoln, but I'm pretty sure they shrunk Idaho for the sake of making Idaho different. The Rockies Empire no longer extends up. It's just this size now. So I was just thinking about that because of my last playthrough, my pioneering playthrough. Now they will all know the wrath. Split. And maybe actually split each big army so we can send 3,000 here, 3,000 here. That makes sense, right? And then we'll have about 6,000 here. If we can split this, so we've got 900 and a 1,800, and then we can split this one. No, we don't. We don't split this one. This is just confusing me. But we can do the math, sort of, and have these armies split like this, do a lot of damage. We don't need to extort subjects. We're just going to get good taxes immediately, no matter what. Who are you? Lieutenant William of Petitionville. Or Passionville again. Petionville? I don't know who you are. Are you trying to kill me? Stop that. Don't do that. I hope I've made it obvious. I don't want you to do that. That's kind of rude. Also, what is our focus? Let's do carousing. Need people to like us better. And I'm a pirate. Instant. I do appreciate being instantly pirate titled. And there we are. Raiding the southern coast. Well, Appaloosa. Is that Appaloosa? It's Apalachicola. Apalachicola. Okay. Tallahassee. Alright. Yeah, they can't do anything to stop us. We're doing devastating work. We're going to get a lot of cash out of this. We fulfilled building a war chest without even bringing the money back. It's just that simple. But let's make a friend. Why not? It'll be beneficial. Uh-oh, Benefactor is too far inland to be reached by the power of the sea hag. The landlubbers of Benefactor don't care for the Brethren faith, and those that do follow the faith are restless so far from the sea. There's a revolt risk. How dare they? There's a revolt risk. Is this just... Oh, that's why that happens. I understand now. I was like, why do you always have this issue? Turns out, inland territories are not... That's why Brethren are so weak. Is that the Brethren can't do inland territories that well. So they always have to be coastal. Ah. That's so cool. Anyways, that should be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.